What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around in these end times sent from the enemy, had a strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, and awesome. All right, everybody. You know we do the background, the prior word, and the event when it comes to recapping videos as such today. And just remember to take all things back to God in prayer. 1 John 4:1, test every spirit, as that is very important for the days we live in today, okay? So October 18th, 2023 warning here to start off in this background. The Father showed me rising waters out of nowhere. And he started off by showing me demonic entities near the water. So just to clear this up, because a lot of people may begin to speculate, the Father was not talking about the concept of marine spirits or anything like that. So don't get the wrong idea. So dry places for demons are outside of a human vessel, okay? As they refer to the prior human vessel as home. I'll return to my home with more, essentially. And when it came to the pigs drowning after being casted out of the man, Jesus casted out the demon's legion, the army of demons, into pigs. The pigs ran into the sea and they died, but that was not necessarily a mention of marine spirits, okay? Overall, the Father was informing me that this was not something he caused, that rising waters situation. Warning. Today, we do have technology that is used as a way to surface all these things that we see. So be aware of the devices of the enemy. A lot of people kind of look at people like they crazy when they say that, but the kingdom of darkness cannot be God. So simply ask the Father if a storm comes from him or not. You know, crazy to think we got to do that in the times we live in, but we do. This is why it's important to seek God and pray according to his will. So the Father was essentially showing me people having to move to higher ground and were stuck due to high water levels. So when we play the prior word, you'll get to hear exactly what was said with all of that. But what are we seeing today? So we continue to see catastrophic events like this happening at more rapid rates. So in 2023, the Father had me cover this also. But now, as of recently, Texas just had that extreme flood that flooded in minutes. And now, not even a week later, more flooding has occurred from another storm. And even over all other areas in the world. It's getting rapid, ladies and gentlemen. So all we can do is pray according to the Father's will. That's all we can do. Many things will happen to the worldly and those in the wrong in the church, just as the Father warned us. In the end, God has this plan to bring many to him. Many times the disaster must happen in order for people to run to Jesus Christ. And how God brings them to it is allowing disaster, whether he brings certain things or he allows the enemy to make things so uncomfortable or devastating for people that they're crying out to God, right? So we just have to continue to intercede for our household, our families, and when God allows us to pray for those that are not in his house, we do so. Because people don't really understand what's going on. They don't get it. Many don't know the truth. And God is trying to bring people to truth. But disaster, unfortunately, has to happen in people's lives to break the normal. So scripturally, where does this all fall under? 1 John 4:1, firstly, test every spirit, right? We want to do that. But Matthew 24 is very important. 4-8. And Jesus answered and said to them, take heed that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and will deceive many. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. You know, we see all these natural disasters, sightings that would terrify people, right? John 16:13, what does God do? However, when he, the Spirit of truth, has come, he will guide you into all truth. For he will not speak on his own authority, but whatever he hears, he will speak, and he will tell you things to come. God will warn us, give us peace, clarity, and comfort. Instruction as simple as seeking him and do not worry, because things are going to get ugly, and they're continuously getting more and more ugly more rapidly as the time goes on. But people are going to have to be brought to Christ, y'all. So all in all, this is getting more and more rapid, these birthing pains. And next, we're going to go to the prior word here and then just play the events themselves. But peace and blessings, y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one. And it was like they were preparing for war. These demonic creatures, you know, they were trying to get somebody back for some, you know, those war yells. And then next thing you know, after that scene, the water rises up on the land. I mean, it flooded so bad, the people I was with were panicking and everybody around, and we had to go uphill so it couldn't reach us. So the water was only able to get to a certain point, but we were stuck where we were. So I was with people I knew, but these people were also in the world too. So that was symbolism, like this is what's coming upon the land to people in the world. The Lord said, you will be protected in hard times. Nothing can touch you while you are in the palm of my hands. Watch the waters. He keeps saying that, right? Now,
new video into our newsroom shows how quickly rivers across the hill country and central Texas have been rising. This video is a sped up time lapse, but just watch that. This shows flooding on Friday along the Llano River in Kingsland, Texas, which is in the hill country. You can see those vehicles having to make U-turns and go higher up to higher ground as people were standing by the river as it was just rising so quickly. All of this happened within 30 minutes.
What got people is just the rapid rise of this water. It was almost like a wave coming down here. Some of the figures that we have now, some of the reporting is that the water rose some 26 feet in about 45 minutes.
And over to North Carolina now, where there is significant flooding, evacuations, and a state of emergency right now. More than 100 roads in and around Chatham County were flooded, and a portion of a highway just collapsed and washed away. So let's go to Jamise Price now on the scene for us from our station WTVD. Good morning, Jamise.
Good morning, Gio. Families are waking up to major flood damage here in the Durham County area. This area really feeling the impacts of that tropical system that pounded the area over the last 24 hours, causing rivers to swell and the Eno River spilling its banks. And this is what you see now, all of that flooding, that water rushing into this community. You can see this water rising all the way up to the top, covering the air conditioning system right here. And then a little bit further in, you can see a swing set that is also nearly covered as well. All of that water just really rushing into this community. We were able to speak with one.
A huge portion of China has been experiencing devastating floods this summer, leading to intense scenes like this. This city in Hubei province received more than 260 millimeters on July 1st, prompting a red alert warning for torrential rain. The Chinese Ministry of Water Resources issued warnings for 10 more provinces and autonomous regions from Tibet to Beijing as at least 6 rivers exceeded warning lines. Guangyuan in Sichuan province experienced its worst flooding since 1981, and Chengdu in Sichuan saw a record-breaking 102 millimeters in a single hour. Downpours overwhelmed the railway station and flooded streets in Chengdu, while elsewhere in the province, tens of thousands were evacuated. From June 24th to July 3rd, consistent rain caused flash floods and landslides across the country.
Worth of rain in just 12 hours on the city of Xianfen, forcing authorities to evacuate 18,000 people to safety. Water and power supplies were disrupted, prompting the closure of schools and suspension of bus services in the region.
More than 70,000 people evacuated in China's Sichuan province, while in the province of Henan, 3 people were killed, while 5 went missing. More than 220 millimeters of rainfall poured over 2 rural towns in just 3 hours.